There's a lot in there, of course. I thought something very interesting early on, Chris. Cindy McCain now making it both parties that have denied that the campaign is about them. Senator Obama said the same thing in Denver last week. It's somewhat at odds to the concept of American political campaigning.
Well, I think they're all selling their family biographies. And again, if you could only go, everyone watching right now, to both political conventions, you could see the massive cultural difference between the two political parties. And of course, it's very hard for me as a commentator to be too particular about it without offending somebody. But there is a massive difference in these two parties. You saw in that biography a great deal of pride in her father's business career and organizing a Budweiser distributorship and making a lot of money at it. This is very much a Republican business crowd. The way they look at it, that is an extraordinarily positive story from a Republican point of view, and not necessarily negative from a Democratic point of view. But it's the kind of a mercantile family that went west and did well, that did charitable work, that took in this young girl from Bangladesh, individual charity rather than social policy being advanced here. Very much a Republican sort of type. Positively. It's different than the Democratic way of looking. The Democratic Party would talk about perhaps policy on social policy, helping people who are poor as a policy. The Republicans talk about it as an act of individual, well, charity, if you will, in a positive sense. It's a different culture. You're seeing it on parade here. If you got to meet some of the delegates, you'd sense it more dramatically, I think, Keith.
It informs the conventions, and it informs the delegates, and I guess feeds in it upon itself. You have people who would be attracted to this, and other people who would be the people who follow that same sort of life path. But how far does it carry outside of these convention halls, what you're bringing up? I mean, how much is this true of the average Democrat or the average Republican?
Well, you heard Cindy McCain saying that she wants the federal government off our backs. That goes way back to Goldwater. That's a very profound belief among Republicans, especially in economic matters. They want less taxes, less regulation, less politically correct prescriptions about their life. They want to be able to lead their lives very much like American cowboys, if you will, in an iconic way. That's their self-image. Democrats are much more communitarian. It takes a village. They believe in joining in together on social policy and looking out for each other. They think everyone on their own is a negative attitude. You heard last week the way they made fun of the Republicans for believing everyone on their own. Take care of yourself. Well, they think that's a negative, Democrats. Republicans think that's a positive. It's all very much self-image at war here, and both parties sort of know who they want to be seen as, and you're seeing it here.